Thank you all so much for joining this 60-minute yoga class. We're going to do 3 rounds of sun salutations to warm up our body, and then we will hop into our beloved 26 into yoga sequence. For the sun salutes, you can come towards the top of your mat with your feet close together. I'm going to stand back and show you in periphery. Stand up nice and tall. Evenly distribute your body weight on both feet. Take a breath. You made it to yoga. Good for you. Bring your hands together at heart center, and we'll begin with 3 rounds of Surya Namaskar, sun salute. As you inhale, lift your arms up overhead. Look up as if you were saluting or greeting the sun. Exhale, stomach in, bend your knees. Arms with your ears, fold forward, hands to floor, relax your head. Inhale, lengthen into a halfway lift. Hips over heels. You can have your hands on your thighs, your shins, or the floor in front of you. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands on the floor, shoulder width distance, step back into a high plank or tabletop position. Stomach in. On your next exhale, lower down halfway. Inhale, come up into a back bend. You can do Cobra pose with elbows bent and thighs on the floor, or up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog. And pedal out your legs, bend one knee, straighten the other, and lift your heels to the ceiling, press your heels down to the floor. If down dog is not speaking to you this morning, come down into a child's pose instead. Sink your hips down towards your heels, stretch your arms forward, so you still get a nice stretch to the body. On your next inhale, hands to the floor, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, relax your head. Inhale, arms to your ears, hands together, root to rise, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down at heart center. 2 more. Inhale, lift your arms up, look up. Exhale, arms with ears fold. Inhale, lengthen, back flat, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, hands to floor, step back into your high plank or tabletop. If that lowering down motion does not work for you, skip it. Go straight from your plank or tabletop directly into your child's pose or down dog. Otherwise, take a vinyasa, lower down. Inhale into up dog or cobra. If you're doing up dog, make sure your thighs are off the floor. Exhale into down dog or child's pose. For down dog, spread your fingers wide. Root down through all 28 knuckles. Notice if your weight is in your wrists. Try to push down through your knuckles in the space between your index finger and thumb. Hug your elbows in. Bring your shoulders down away from your ears. On your next inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with your ears, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. Last one, inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, high plank, look forward, keep exhaling. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Try to get heels to the floor for the last down dog. You're welcome to open up your feet a little bit more if that helps you get your heels to the floor, but hands stay shoulder width distance. Drop your head. Look for your thighs behind you. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, lift up. Exhale, hands down. Wonderful. So that's our little warm up. Hopefully that got your blood flowing. We're now going to hop into our 26 into yoga sequence, 26 postures, 2 breathing exercises, starting with pranayama, deep breathing. Come to the middle of your mat, feet together, toes, heels touching nicely. Interlock your 10 fingers. Cross your thumbs, glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Rock your weight into your heels. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Concentrate, meditate, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe into your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. HA, sound head back. Arms forward, elbows touch. Good. Inhale, chin down. Slowly bring your chin down. Look straight ahead. Lift your elbows all the way up. Breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up slowly. Push your head back. Look way, way, way back for the wall behind you. Arms forward, elbows touch, pointing forward. Inhale, head down. Use your chin to push your knuckles down. Palms face the floor, forearms frame the face. Exhale, head up. Now use your knuckles to push your head back. Make a fist. Squeeze your palms together. Wrists together, forearms, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Keep the weight in your heels. Thighs contracting, glutes contracting, stomach in. Exhale, head up, engage your abdominal wall, root down through the heels, lift up through the kneecaps, stretch your arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. This is the last breath, first set, spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller, suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, take your time. Eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in, keep exhaling, push, squeeze, elbows touch. Good, change. Arms down, roll out your shoulders and head. Second set. Feet together, interlock your fingers, switch to grip, opposite thumb, pinky finger on top. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, grow taller out of the base of your spine, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose, lift your elbows up, engage your abdominal wall, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up, keep the abdomen in, eyes open, look back, arms forward, exhale more, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. So notice if you're rocking back and forth or side to side. Try to keep the weight in your heels. Exhale, head up. Notice if you're back bending, just your head drops back. Keep shoulders over hips, hips over heels, weight in the heels. Inhale, head down. So by paying attention to what our body is doing in real time, in real space, we start to foster the mind-body connection. Exhale, head up. So whenever your mind starts to wander in class, you just bring your thoughts back to your breath, back to whatever it is your body is doing. Inhale, head down. So right here, thighs tight, glutes tight, abdomen in, chin down, elbows up. Exhale, head up, feel your knuckles against your chin, pushing your head back, stretch your arms forward, keep exhaling, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Every new inhale, you want to take in more air than the last breath to expand your lung capacity. Exhale, head up. The more you exhale here, the more fresh oxygen you can take in on your next breath, push the air out. Inhale, head down. This is the last breath. Second set, make it the deepest breath of your life. When your lungs are totally full, surprise yourself. Take in one more sip of air. Exhale, head up. Take your time, let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now, elbows touch. Good, change, arms down. We'll continue with half moon with hands to feet pose. I'm gonna back up a little so you can see me. Feet together, inhale, arms overhead, palms together. Interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, and cross your thumbs. Stretch up and bend right and left, right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, stretch up a little taller. Okay, good. Come to stop in the middle, half moon pose. Bring the weight in your heels, push your hips a little forward, squeeze your palms together, upper body back, touch your biceps to your ears. Abdomen in, inhale, breathing, stretch up out of your waist, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing, absolutely straight lines, slowly bend your body to the right. Without bending your elbows and knees, continuously push your hips to the left beyond your flexibility, creating a stretching feeling on the left side body. Right away, it's worth noting that I'm not hearing you. So it might look like I'm bending to the right when in fact, it might look like I'm bending to the left, I should say, when in fact I'm bending to the right. You are welcome to follow my words or my body. Either way, just know that in general, we will do the right side of postures first. So inhale, lengthen your arms to the right. Exhale, come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, hips forward, arms back, stretch up, and slowly drop to the left as you press your hips to the right. Come down without bending your elbows and knees. Keep the weight in your heels, thighs contracted, glutes contracted, abdomen in. Push your hips a little forward, lean your upper body back, touch your biceps to your ears. Push your right hip forward, get your two hips in line. Now bring your left shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower, petal blooming, come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up. First back bend of the day, I'll show you from the side. This is the only posture that I can't show and tell at the same time. Take a deep breath, full lungs. Keep your eyes open, relax your head all the way back as far as it goes. Maybe give your head a gentle shake. Look for the floor behind you. Squeeze your butt. Lift your chest. And immediately bring your arms back with your ears. Try to touch the wall behind you. So whole spine back bending, lower back, middle back, upper back, total spine backward bending. Keep the weight in your heels. Push, stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward and bring your arms back. Look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. Good, change. Inhale to come up, stretch up, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees, go down, arms with your ears, hands to floor, relax your head. Go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. This is the U-turn from back bending to forward folding. At the beginning of class, your spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, flexible. Savasana, hands to feet pose. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles, or eventually your heels from underneath. Pull on your heels. Roll your weight into your toes and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. So
So keep your stomach on thighs, knees can bend, chest on knees, let your face hang heavy. One day face touches the shins, below the knees, pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, stretch your spine down. Good, change, come up,
Arms with your ears, knees can bend. Very nice. Arms down, and you stand a little taller. That's the whole goal. Second set, feet together, arms overhead, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs. Press your hips forward, lean your upper body back, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, slowly bend your body to the right as you press your hips to the left. Come down without bending your elbows and knees. So make sure that your right arm is as engaged as your left arm, right thigh as tight as left thigh. Breathe in and out through your nose. Little adjustments, keep the weight in your heels, hips more forward, upper body back, left hip forward, two hips in line, right shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming, come down, push, 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 change, inhale to come up, hips forward, arms back, stretch up tall, and slowly drop to the left as you press your hips to the right. If you're ever holding your breath in a posture or making an anguished face, it is probable that you have gone a little too far. Make sure you're breathing, make sure your face is relaxed, right? Keep the weight in your heels, hips more forward, upper body back. Push your right hip forward so your hips are square to the front of your mat. Now bring your left shoulder forward, left rib cage forward, right rib cage back so your chest is square to the front of your mat. Come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up. Second heart opener, take a deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open. Relax your head down. Now, if you can see your hands, notice if the wrists are bending and the hands are coming apart. Squeeze your palms together up to the wrists, lift your chest, and bring your arms all the way back. So look for something behind you and try to touch it, like actively push your hands away from your face. Your knees are bending, come up a little bit. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, keep the weight in your heels, push stomach, thighs, hips forward, bring your arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back, change. Inhale to come up, stretch out. Exhale, bend your knees, go down with a flat back, straight spine. Hands to floor, relax your head, go for another walk. So the safest way to come in and out of this forward fold is with a flat back. Just keep that in mind. Rather than rounding in and out, you're gonna scoop out. Second set, hands to feet, bend your knees. You can grab the backs of your legs or your heels from underneath. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. Notice if the elbows are going out to the side, try to bend your elbows back behind you, all 10 fingers pointing forward, pull on your heels, roll your weight into your big toes, lift your hips up, stretch your spine down. Change, come up with a flat back, arms with the ears, knees can bend. Very nice, arms down, and you stand a little taller. It's not awkward, Utkatasana, step your right foot to the right, 6 inches hip width distance, insides of your feet parallel, arms up, parallel to the floor, tricep muscles tight, nothing loose or hanging in your arms. Abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair. Feet flat position, spine straight to begin with, 100% of your body weight in your heels. Sit down halfway only, hips into a chair. Suck your stomach in and move your upper body back, lift your chin up, chest up, lean back, fall back, way back, change. Inhale to come up, keep your arms there. Push your hips a little forward, spread your toes wide. Now come up maximum on your tippy toes, like a ballerina. Lift your heels, lift your spine, bend your knees, sit down. Whew, I stubbed my pinky toe last night and I can feel it. Lift your heels a little higher, knees a little higher, sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change, inhale to come up, last part, squeeze your knees together, let your heels come a little off the floor, and slowly sit down. Stop whenever you want, or keep sitting down until you're a ½ inch off your heels. Squeeze your knees together and forward, lift your chest, soften your shoulders, change, slowly come up, fingertips active, knees together. Good. Heels down, right foot back, arms down. Take a breath. Second set, step your right foot to the right, same footprint, hip width distance, insides of your feet parallel, arms up parallel to the floor, abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down. Notice if your knees want to come in or out, or the toes are coming in and out, right? Point your toes, knees, and hips forward so the insides of your feet are parallel, knees pointing forward, sit down more, abdomen in, chin up, chest up. Change, inhale to come up, keep your arms there, push your hips forward, lift your heels up, stretch up, bend your knees, sit down. Same thing, notice if your knees want to come in or out, point your knees and toes forward so everything is in line with your hips. Heels a little higher, lower abdomen in, knees a little higher, sit down, and change. Inhale to come up. Last part, keep your toes pointing forward, Knees come together. So insides of your feet stay parallel. Knees, thighs touch. Lift your heels and sit down. Slower you do, better you do. It's where you gain the strength, the balance, the control. Stop when there's a 1/2 inch gap between your hips and your heels. Squeeze your knees together and down. Lift your chest and change. Slowly come up. Knees together. Good. Heels down, right foot back, arms down. Eagle pose, Garasana. Look at your arms. Identify which arm is right, which arm is left. Don't mix them up. Remember, I'm not hearing you. Inhale your arms over your head. Exhale, swing your right arm under your left arm. Right arm under left arm. Cross at your elbows, again at your wrists. Try to get palms together. Thumbs towards your nose, pinkies away from your face. You can also interlock fingers, grab a thumb or grab shoulders. Give yourself a big bear hug. Pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit down. Stay down there and bring your right leg over your left leg. Right leg over left leg, cross twist. And eventually wrap your right foot behind your left calf muscle. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left, twist like ropes, sit down and lean back. Change, feet together, arms over your head, left side. Swing your left arm under your right arm, left under right, cross twist, palms together, thumbs towards your face. Pull elbows down, sit down into a chair, stay down there, and bring your left leg over your right leg, left over right, cross twist, and eventually wrap your left foot. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. On this side, bring your knees to the left. Upper body to the right, twist like ropes, sit down, and lean back. Good, change. Feet together, arms over your head. Second set, bring your right arm under your left arm, pull elbows down. One day fingers go below the nose, sit back and down. Try to keep your hips low, stomach in, and bring right leg over left leg, right over left. So knees to the right, left hip a little forward, upper body to the left, right shoulder forward. Bring the weight back into your heel. You can stick your butt out a little bit, sit down more. Lean your upper body back at the end. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head. Last one, bring left arm, under right arm, pull elbows down, sit down, and bring left leg over right leg. So this side might feel a little or a lot different. It does for me in my hips and my shoulders, right? This is a reminder that we are not symmetrical, so one side often feels different than the other. That's okay. Sit down a little bit lower, lean your upper body back. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head, arms down, party time. You can grab a sip of water if you want. Cheers, friends. Lovely to be here with all of you. Hey, Tommy. Okay. Whew. Let's do it. Standing head to knee, Dandayamana, Janushirasana. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift your right thigh up. Point your toes, flex your toes, keep your toes flexed back to your face. Option to stay here, or as you're ready, abdomen in, start to round down and pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. From start to finish, standing legs should be solid, concrete, one piece, lamppost, unbroken. You have no knee. When you're ready, inhale, breathing, slowly, gently, lift your right leg up. Stretch it forward until your right leg is exactly parallel to the floor. No higher, no lower, standing leg locked. If both legs locked, start to bend your elbows down. Touch your elbows to your calf muscles. Bring your chest down more. One day elbows go below the calf muscles. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change. Slowly reverse out. Shift your weight to your right leg. Evenly distribute your body weight on your right foot without grabbing the floor with your toes. That's the tricky part. Lift your left thigh up, point your toes, flex your toes, keep your toes flexed back. And remember, you can stay right here with your abdominal wall engaged. You're working on your strength, your balance, your patience with yourself. When you're ready, you're gonna round down and pick up your left foot, all 10 fingers interlocked. You can stay here in the setup, or when you're ready, slowly, gently lift your left leg up. Press your heel forward, flex your toes back. If your standing leg is bending a lot, think about lifting your hips up so your knee is over your ankle, not your big toe. If both legs lock, puff up your chest, and then bend elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles. Try to get the elbows to go below the calf muscles by bringing your shoulders and chest down. Change. Slowly reverse out. You can put your hands on your back, do a little back bend, or knee bend. Second set, shift your weight to your left leg. Evenly distribute your body weight on your left foot without grabbing the floor with your toes. Lift your right thigh up, flex your toes back, Engage your abdominal wall, round down, and pick up your right foot. The building that I live in is very old, and I've learned through teaching, practicing this yoga, that the floor is not even. When you're ready, slowly lift your right leg up. I don't know if any of you guys have that same thing where you're like, oh, standing on this part, it's uneven. If both legs lock, bend elbows down, elbows go below calf muscles, slowly tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee, hold wherever you are for 3, 2, 1. Good. Change. Take your time as you come out. There's no rush. Good for you. Last one. Shift your weight to your right leg. Evenly distribute your body weight on your right foot. Lift your left thigh up. Flex your toes back. Engage your abdominal wall. When you're ready, round down and pick up your foot. Contract your inner thigh as well as your outer thigh. Squeeze your right butt cheek. And when you're ready, lift your left leg up. Notice if your heel is turning in, that's the hip turning out. Bring your left heel to the left so your hips are even. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles. Slowly tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. Hold wherever you are for 3, 2, 1. Good. Take your time as you come out. Very nice. Standing, bow pulling pose, Dandayamana, Dhanurasana, feet together. Bring your right hand up. Elbow touches the body, palm faces the ceiling. Bring your hand out to the right. Give yourself a high five for practicing yoga today. Yes, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle bone. Thumb with your index finger, left arm up, right hip forward, knees together. Lift your left kneecap, point your right toes. Take a breath, stretch up, and slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously kick your right leg back and up. Now on days when you're feeling a little bit stiff, which is me today, sometimes just the setup is enough. You're always welcome to just stay here and feel the shoulders stretching apart. You get the back bend. When you're ready, slowly bring the body down and the leg up. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. From the side, 2 heels in line. Kick back and up, 2 shoulders in line. Body down more. Leg up more. Kick, kick, kick. Very nice change. Kick yourself up. Feet together, arms down. Bring your left hand up, out to the left. Reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle bone, thumb with index finger. Right arm up, left hip forward, knees together. Lift your right kneecap, point your left toes, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously kick your left leg back and up. Kicking and stretching should be equal, simultaneous, 50-50. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. So really kick hard, continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. Lift your chin, lift your chest. It's a very proud posture. You have so much to be proud of for practicing yoga today. Good for you. Body down, leg up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, kick yourself up. Feet together, arms down, take a breath. Second set, bring your right hand up, out to the right, reach back, pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle, left arm up, right hip forward, knees together. Lift your chin, lift your chest, stretch up, and slowly swipe your inner thighs together. Simultaneously swipe your left arm along the profile of your face. The hard part, right hip down, left hip back, left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. Kicking and stretching, equal, simultaneous, 50-50. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. Body down, leg up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, kick yourself up. Last one, bring your left hand up, out to the left, reach back, pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle bone, thumb with your index finger, bring your right arm up, left hip forward. Lock your right leg, point your left toes, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, and breathe. Kick into your hand, stretch forward, breathe through your nose. Keep your chin and chest lifted, right shoulder forward, left shoulder back, left hip down a little bit, body down more, leg up more, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, kick yourself up. Very nice. Come to the back of your mat, Tula Dandasana, balancing stick, feet together. Inhale, arms overhead, palms together. Interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs, and lean back. Step your right foot forward, stretch up first. Point your left toes and slowly tilt like a seesaw. Arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor. From the side, body makes a T like Tom, not a broken umbrella. Stretch, 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 change. Left foot down, right foot back, lean back. Step your left foot forward, puff up your chest, point your right toes and tilt. Slowly bring the body down, engage your abdominal wall. Bring your chest down, chin forward, heel up, stretch, change. Right foot down, left foot back, arms down. Take a breath. Second set, arms overhead, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, lean back, step your right foot forward, stretch up, point your left toes and tilt. So you're never forcing your body. My hip is bothering me a little bit, so I'm not gonna come down all the way, right? Bring the chest down, chin forward, heel up, stretch, change, left foot down, right foot back, lean back, step your left foot forward, stretch up, point your right toes and tilt. So if you're dealing with an illness or an injury, make sure that you are listening to your body, never going to a point of pain. Stretch is okay, but not a point of harm. Body down, leg up, stretch, change. Right foot down, left foot back, arms down. Come to the top of your mat, turn to the right, face the long side of your mat so that both feet stay on your mat. I will continue to face you, standing separate legs, stretching, Dandayamana, Vikatapata Paschimottanasana. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, big step, 4 feet minimum, arms down parallel to the floor, turn your toes in, heels out, lock your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. Good. Grab your heels from behind, try to bend your elbows back, roll forward, lift your hips, touch your forehead to the floor. To touch your head to the floor, you can take a bigger step. If you can't grab your heels, try grabbing the outsides of your feet. You can also start with your hands on the floor in front of you. Everybody roll forward. Find your edge, lift your hips, lift your kneecaps, lock your legs, full stretch, touch your head to the floor, in between your feet. Good, change, slowly come up. Take your time as blood flow reverses. We're gonna float a triangle trikonasana at the top. Push your hips forward, lean your upper body back, turn your right foot out. Most of us wanna take a little bit of a bigger step. Bend your right leg and lunge. Sit as low as you can. Keep sitting down, you can take a bigger step, sit down, lean back, and move your arms at the same time. Right elbow in front of the knee, left arm up to the ceiling. Look up towards the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder, breathe through your nose. Push your left hip forward and down. Push your right knee back with the help of your elbow. Lift your right side torso off of your right thigh. Turn, twist upper body back, lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out, 2 heels in line. Inhale, bend your left leg, lunge, taking a bigger or smaller step, or pressing your right hip forward might help you sit down more. Lean back and move your arms. Elbow in front of the knee, hover your fingers just between your big and second toe. Don't touch the floor, don't push any weight on the floor. Look up to the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder, breathe through your nose. Push your right hip forward and down. Push your left knee back with the help of your elbow. Lift your left side body off of your left thigh. Turn. Twist upper body back, like spine twisting posture. Lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change. Rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, turn your left toes in, and bring your arms up overhead sideways, palms together, cross your thumbs. Standing separate leg, head to knee, Janu Shavasana. Pivot on your heels to one side of your mat. Turn your back toes in. Push your hips forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down. So if you started this 26 and 2 practice in a heated room, you might notice that this posture and other postures are more difficult when we are not in a 105-degree room. As a reminder, other styles of yoga do this posture without the heat. I also miss the heat if you're practicing from home, but just remember you can do this posture, but your range of motion might be a little different. Eventually, forehead and knee touch. You can take a bigger step. You can bend your front leg. You can tuck your chin to your chest to bring forehead and knee together, but you're never forcing your back, especially in rounded spine postures. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together, change, slowly uncurl, left hip forward, left shoulder forward, full stop at the top. Good, pivot on your heels to the other side of the room, uncross your heels, turn your back toes in, push your right hip forward, 2 hips in line. stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down. So especially the rounded spine postures, these are ones to take it easy on, especially if you have a history of slip disc. If you feel like your back is like tugging or pulling and not in a good way, that's a sign to ease up. Again, you can take a bigger step. You can bend your front leg, tuck your chin to your chest, eventually forehead and knee come together, but you're never forcing your body. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together, change, slowly uncurl, right hip forward, right shoulder forward, full stop at the top. Good, pivot on your heels, step your right foot back, arms down, take a breath. Second set stretching, arms overhead, step your right foot to the right, big step, toes in, heels out. I'm gonna show you from the side, lift your chest and swan dive forward. So especially if you have long legs or if you have like tight hamstrings or knees, a bigger step will serve you. If you have like flexible hamstrings and a long torso like I do, a smaller step might help you out. Bend your elbows back, lift your shoulders up, engage your abdominal wall, roll forward, find your edge, hips up, touch your forehead to the floor, in between your feet. Good, change, slowly come up, take your time, try to come up with a flat back. Second set, triangle, push your hips forward, lean back, turn your right foot out, maybe take a bigger step, bend your right leg, sit down, lean back, and move your arms. So eventually right thigh bicep parallel to the floor, but for some of us, right, the thigh is more to diagonal, that's okay. Maybe just have the wrist or the forearm in front of the knee. You wanna get this long diagonal stretch to the left side body, so you're not all the way up, but you're also not collapsing all the way down, right? Happy middle ground. As you're ready, you're gonna bend your right knee, drop your left thigh, turn, twist, lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, push the right heel into the floor, right toes in, left toes out, make sure your heels are in line, not crisscross. Bend your left leg, sit down, lean back, and move your arms. For my flexi folks, notice if your right shoulder starts to go back. Keep the arms stacked on top of one another. You're gonna bring the left rib cage forward and the right rib cage back. Reach your right arm up, stretch your left arm down, sit down, chest up, lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in, arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs, pivot to one side of the room, turn your back toes in, push your left hip forward, right hip back, stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, arms with your ears, go down, press your hips forward, engage your abdominal wall. This is a compression posture. You're trying to squeeze and compress the front of the body, chin to chest, front side compression, throat choked, jaw relaxed, eyes open, breathing normal. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, walk your hands back together. If they've separated, thumbs crossed, palms together. Change, slowly come up, arms with your ears, left hip forward, full stop at the top. Pivot on your heels to the other side of the room, uncross your heels, turn back toes in, press right hip forward, stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down. Look towards your belly button. Notice if the hips are coming out of alignment. For most of us, you want to move the right hip forward and down to keep your two hips in line. So right hip forward, chin to chest, abdomen engaged. Push your forehead into your knee, lock both legs, hands together, change. Right hip forward, arms with ears, full stop at the top. Good. Pivot on your heels, right foot back, arms down. Come to the middle of your mat for the hip opening series. We flow tree pose to toe stand. Tadasana, lock your left leg, lift your right leg up, touch your heel to your costume, your groin, sole of foot flat to ceiling. Slowly, gently, let your right knee drop down and back. One day from the side, two knees in line. Right hand up to the center of your chest. And if you can balance, left hand. Option to stay here or flow to toe stand, Padangusthasana. Fold forward, hands to floor, lean forward, lift your heel, bend your knee and sit down. As you sit down, you want to have the weight in your arms, not your knee. So you can sit on your heel, walk your hands back, left hand up to the center of your chest. Right hand up, palms together, namaskar, come a half inch off your heel. When you're ready, hands to floor. You can come up on 2 feet or lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg and then press your hips forward to reverse out. Good, change right leg down, lift your right kneecap, Lift your left leg up, slowly let your left knee drop, left hand, and if you can balance right hand, never forcing your knee. Option to stay here or float a toe stand, fold forward, hands to floor, lean forward, lift your heel, pinch your knee, sit down, walk your hands back to either sides of your hips, left hand up to the center of your chest, right hand up, elbows down, spine straight, come a half inch off your heel. Good, when you're ready, hands to floor, lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg, and then push your hips forward to reverse out. Good, change, left leg down, honor yourself, give yourself high five, fist bump, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat, changing our perspective slightly. Okay, good for you. So I stubbed my pinky toe pretty severely in I don't really have a toenail anymore. And I secretly really enjoy practicing this style of yoga with random injuries because it really makes me appreciate that part of the body, right? Like I was laughing in toe stand because I'm like, ooh, I can feel this in my pinky toe, which makes sense because it's called toe stand, right? So obviously practicing with injuries is really frustrating. And sometimes it's like a blow to our ego, right? But the other side of it is like, it always kind of makes me appreciate like, this really is a full body workout. You know what I mean? We use all the different bones and joints and muscles and tendons and ligaments. So just keep that in mind, especially when you're practicing with an illness or an injury. That's okay, right? You don't have to do everything to the nth degree. Sometimes you got to sit some stuff out. And sometimes when you sit a few postures out, rather than forcing yourself through pain, you can actually like get back there faster. So just keep that in mind, be nice to yourself, be curious about your practice, but if you have to skip a posture or modify or like, leave a limb or a part of your body out, that is okay. Uttanasana, when you're moving pose, bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin just below the knee, nice tight white knuckle grip, pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, completely avoid your rib cage, keep your head on the floor, look down the center line of your body, pull down extra hard. Change, right leg down, bend your left leg up, pull your knee out and down, push the pads of your fingers into the backs of your hands to strengthen your grip. Change, left leg down, both legs up, grab your elbows each other, give yourself a big hug for coming to class, good for you. Squeeze your knees together and down, keep your head on the floor, look down the center line of your body, hold still. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone joint skeletal system has improved, the whole spine, from coccyx to the neck, will be flat on the floor. Change, arms down and eyes open. Over the years, I've injured many parts of my body, largely because I'm a little bit clumsy. So if you're ever dealing with a particular injury, there's a chance that I've personally dealt with it before, or that I've interacted with another student who has dealt with it before. So don't be afraid. I'm always happy to answer questions you have. If you're dealing with an illness or an injury, I might have some ideas for modifications. Or if not, I'm just going to learn something from you, right? I'm grateful for that. Second set, bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers. Nice tight grip, pull your knee out and down, push the pads of your fingers into the backs of your hands to strengthen your grip. Change, right leg down, bend your left leg up, pull your knee out and down. Try to keep your right shoulder on the floor, right sit bone on the floor, right calf on the floor. Change, left leg down, both legs up, grab your elbows to each other, give yourself a really big hug. Try to keep your heels in line, side by side. When you line up your heels, you line up your hips, and by extension, your whole spine. Good, change, arms down and eyes open. One of my favorite, it wasn't really an injury, it was an illness that caused me to have to go on really intense antibiotics. And they told me not to work out because they're like, your tendons, it's really crazy. When you're in this antibiotic, your tendons have a higher possibility of snapping. And they're like, you're basically going to feel like you're an 80-year-old person, to which I was like, well, that sucks. But also, yay, because I teach 80-year-olds yoga, and now I will have an opportunity to feel what it feels like to practice yoga as an 80-year-old with swollen tendons. Okay, next you do a straight leg sit up. If you have any concerns about your back, roll off to the side, meet us on your stomach. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. So what if our injuries and our illnesses were hindrances? What if they were options to be more compassionate towards other people experiencing those same things? What if our illnesses and our injuries weren't holding us back, They're really an opportunity, right, to relate to other people. Cobra, Bhujangasana, chin forward, hands on the floor, feet together, lock your legs, look up, and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor. Use your back strength. Come up halfway only, just your belly button on the floor. Elbows stay bent and make an L, a 90-degree angle. Hug your arms in, stretch your elbows down. Don't forget about your cobra's tail. Feet together, toes, heels touch. Lock your legs, push your feet, hips, and hands down. Look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, breathe up. Good, change. Slowly lower down. Look to your right, left ear on your mat, arms down, toes together, heels fall open. My hope is that one of the things that yoga builds is empathy. First, empathy towards yourself, right? Like, ooh, that posture hurts. I'm going to sit it out today, or I'm going to modify. Once you build that empathy towards yourself, it is much easier to share that with other people around you. We are going through a phase in life where it's really easy to be not empathetic towards other people, especially when we don't interact with them face to face. I hope this yoga like keeps us human, right? It gives us our humanity. Second set, bring your chin forward, hands flat on the floor, feet together, lock your legs, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor. Use your back strength. Roll your shoulders back and down. Stretch your elbows to your hips. Keep your feet together, lock your legs, push your feet, hips, and hands down. Lift your chest up. Good, change. Slowly lower down, look to your left, right here on your mat, arms down, heels open. Slow inhale, slow exhale. Locust Shalabhasana, bring your chin forward, arms straight position, rotate your arms, palms face the floor, bring your arms underneath you, one day pinky fingers touch. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, lift your right leg up to a 45-degree angle, half of 90, see the foot come directly over the top of your head, stretch your big toe to the back wall, lift your thigh up, change right leg down, relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up, see the foot come over the top of your head, press your shoulders down, keep your eyes open, forehead relaxed, point your left toe, change left leg down, third part, tuck your chin and mouth down, bring your arms little closer underneath you, spread your fingers wide, lock your legs, point your toes, and lift both legs up. Come up, everybody come up. You can do it, struggle a little harder. Don't give up, mouth down, shoulders down, triceps tight, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, lift your thighs up, change, slowly lower down, bring your arms out, look to the right, left ear on your mat, slow inhale, slow exhale. Second set, bring your chin forward, arms straight, rotate your arms, palms face the floor, bring your arms underneath you, one day pinky fingers touch, but hands never overlap. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, lift your right leg up. Try to keep your hip and forearm in contact. Sole of your right foot flat to the ceiling, so bring right pinky toe down, right big toe up. Change right leg down, relax right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, lift your left leg up. Is all of your weight in your wrists and your elbows? Root down through your knuckles and your shoulders instead. Triceps tight, lift your thigh. Change left leg down. Grand finale, mouth down, bring your arms a little closer, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, and lift both legs up. Come up, everybody come up. You can do it. Mouth down, shoulders down, knees together. Try to keep soles of your feet flat to the ceiling, not turning in. Roll forward, thighs up, change, lower down, arms out, look to the left, and let that posture go. Chin forward, arms out to the side, full locust, Purna Shalabhasana, feet together, toes, heels touch. Lock your legs, point your toes, look up and lift. Arms, body, head, legs, everything lifting off the floor. Keep your hips down, chest lifted, knees, feet together. Lock your legs, lift your thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change slowly with control, lower down, tuck in your wings, look to the right, left ear on your mat. So when I see people like going to like super spreader events, like without masks, I'm not talking about, like, I think some of us do things like we go outside and see a friend and take a walk. I'm talking about people going to like an indoor rave with 100 people and nobody's wearing a mask, people are making out, stuff like that. My first response is to call them jackasses, right? And to be angry. That is then taking away my empathy, right? So it's the harder thing to do to be empathetic towards that and to recognize that those people have also lost their empathy, right? Me getting angry doesn't make the situation better. Real consequences, right? We have consequences for actions. I'm not suggesting that people shouldn't be held accountable, but keep that in mind when you're reacting to a situation without empathy, without humanity, nobody wins. Second set, bring your chin forward, arms out to the side, feet together, toes, heels touch. Lock your legs, point your toes, look up and lift. Push your hips down. So when we can practice empathy towards ourselves in these yoga postures, in this yoga space, then it is easier to practice real accountability and real humanity outside of yoga as well. Feet together, knees together, thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, lower down, tuck in your wings, look to the left. Because when I really think about events like that, what I see are people who are terrified, right? And so they're grasping for any semblance of normalcy. They've lost their empathy and they're terrified, right? Me yelling at them doesn't make that situation better. Holding people accountable, of course, right? But calling someone a jackass, which is like my gut instinct to that, actually hurts me and it doesn't change their situation. Dhanurasana floor bow, chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes, thumbs with the index fingers, point your toes, squeeze your butt, look up towards the ceiling and kick hard into your hands. Continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. It's the kick that drives the posture. Roll forward once, freeze between your ribs and hips, hold still. Do little sips of air in and out through your nose. Notice if your knees are way wider than your hips. Bring your knees in, feet out, wrists straight, point your toes, look up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change slowly, lower down. Look to your right, left ear on your mat, arms down, eyes open. Second section, forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, point your toes, squeeze your butt, look up towards the ceiling, and kick into your hands. Point your big toes up to the ceiling. Notice if your wrists are bending, try to bring the wrists in. It's a great chest and shoulder opener. It's a nice back bend. Imagine you're going to touch your big toes to the ceiling. Kick, kick, kick. Good, change, lower down. Look to your left, right ear on your mat. Bring your chin forward, put your hands on the floor, push up, come to the top of your mat. Fixed firm, Supta Vidrasana. This will be interesting with my pinky toe. Open your knees, open your feet. You are welcome to keep your hands on the floor in front of you, beside you, or behind you the whole time. Eventually, you can sit down in between your heels. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. If you can sit between your heels, put your hands on your feet. Right elbow, left elbow, drop your head back, head to the floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other and hold. Wherever you are is just perfect. You want a gentle stretch to your toes, ankles, knees, thighs, and hips, but never a point of pain. Good, change. Put your hands on your feet, push yourself up. How about last? Turn around, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. So throughout your yoga practice, and then by extension, maybe throughout your day, always ask yourself, like, where can I be a little bit nicer, a little bit more empathetic? Where can I be a little bit more human? Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, second set. Open your knees, open your feet. If first set was rough, try opening your knees wider. First set was easy, maybe knees together. When you're ready, walk your hands back, sink your hips down, put your palms on your soles, right elbow down, left elbow down, drop your head back, head to floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other, and hold. Take a breath. Good, change, put your hands on your feet, push yourself up, head up last, turn around, Savasana. Notice how your empathy and humanity manifest in your yoga practice or in other aspects of your life. Have you ever had the experience where you're like trying to lose weight, for example, okay, and you're like, I'm going to take a 1 mile walk. And you take a 1 mile walk, and then you go to Starbucks, and then you buy a 700 calorie scone, right? Because you're rewarding yourself for that behavior, right? But then whatever your goal was got canceled out. Be careful when that is your version of humanity and empathy, because I suspect that scone is coming from the fact that you were so hard on yourself in that 1 mile walk. When we're so hard on ourselves that we have to swing the other way by doing something counterproductive, that's where we get to the rave with 100 people and no masks, right? So if you are nice to yourself on the walk leading up to Starbucks, then maybe you can choose a life-affirming option. And to be clear, sometimes the life-affirming option is the scone. I love scones. But in this metaphor here, what I'm saying is if we're so hard on ourselves throughout the day that our humanity manifests as letting go of all of our goals and just like giving in and not listening, that's not a sustainable version of empathy and humanity, right? That's like emotional living. That's reaction that is reacting rather than proacting. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Come to the back of your mat, half tortoise, knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms over your head, palms together, cross your thumbs, stretch up and go down. Forehead to floor, little fingers to floor. So what if you were so empathetic with yourself that you didn't have to have counterproductive gifts, right? Counterproductive treats. What if you were so nice to yourself that you never got to the point where you had to feel angry at somebody or call them a jackass, or be angry with yourself or call yourself a jackass, right? That's the humanity that we're sinking. It's proactive humanity, proactive empathy rather than reactive. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, stretch. Change, arms with your ears as we come up, arms down, turn around, Savasana. So what if in class when your shoulder was hurting, right, you just let that arm lay still rather than using it so that you don't have to ice after class, right? It's proactive empathy towards yourself. You can always roll off to the side and skip sit-ups, otherwise legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the back of your mat, second set, half tortoise, knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms over your head, palms together, cross your thumbs, stretch up and go down. I spent a solid 6 months doing this posture one-armed, right? I had a shoulder that was really bothering me. You can always do the postures with one arm, one leg, stuff like that, right? If you have a shoulder, a knee, a hip, an ankle injury, never forcing the body, reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, stretch, stretch, stretch. Good, change, come up. Arms down, turn around, Savasana. And I remember when I was just, again, I had to go through a 6-month period where I just had one arm down by my side the whole class. And I remember a teacher coming up to me and I was like, oh God, they're gonna yell at me or whatever. And instead she just said, it was Julie, by the way, she said, wow, I don't know what you're doing, but it looks really beautiful. And I was like, oh, I wish all teachers were like you, right? She was empathetic towards me, and then I got to be empathetic towards myself and towards others as well. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. I don't know what you're doing, but it looks beautiful, right? I don't understand your experience right now, but I can tell that you're honoring yourself. Come to the top of your mat, Camel Ustrasana, stand on your knees, 6 inches between your knees and your feet. Put your hands on your lower back, push your hips forward, keep your eyes open, lift your nose, lift your chin, one day head goes back. Option to stay here, or if you're ready, go back halfway, freeze in the middle. You can keep your hands on your back the whole time, or eventually right hand down, left hand down, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. Change, put your hands on your back, push yourself up, head up last, turn around, Savasana. I don't know what you're doing, but it looks beautiful, right? That is like the nicest acknowledgement I think one human can have to another in yoga or in life, right? We're not walking the same journey, but I see that you're honoring yourself, right? I see that you're being empathetic towards yourself and towards others, and it looks beautiful. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your top of your mat, second set. If first set bothered your knees, you're always welcome to roll up your knees, open your knees a little wider, 8 to 10 inches between your knees, 6 inches between your feet. Put your hands on your lower back, hug your elbows in, push your hips forward, keep your eyes open, relax your head back. One day go back halfway, one day grab your heels, thumbs outside, fingers inside, push your hips forward, lift your chest up, relax your head back. Good, change. Put your hands on your back, push yourself up, head up last, turn around, Savasana. So sometimes as a teacher, I see somebody do something and I'm like, I don't know what you're doing, but it looks beautiful. Other times I see somebody doing something in class and I go, you don't know what you're doing. That could really hurt you. And that's the point where you have to use that empathetic imagination, right? Putting yourself in somebody else's shoes. Because sometimes, especially when we're new to something, we don't actually realize that it could hurt us, right? And there's that level of it as well. especially as a teacher or a long-term student. Sometimes you're going to see somebody doing something different. You're like, good for you. Other times you're like, oh no, that could really get hurt. And that's where we use like empathetic education to like expand our welcome, expand our circle, so everybody can practice without hurting themselves or others. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Rabbit, Savasana. Sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels. Make L's with your hands like little bunny ears. Grab your heels from the outside, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels, stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Chin to chest, forehead to knees, top of head to floor, pull on your heels. Don't lose the grip. Lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. Squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, lift your shoulders up, suck your stomach in, round your spine. Good, change, hips down, slowly uncurl, vertebra by vertebra, head up last, turn around, Savasana. Especially when you're practicing hot yoga, like really hot yoga, and somebody would come in for the first time and just be like running around the room or like couldn't control themselves or doing distracting behavior. Of course, right, it's easy to say like, what a jackass. But of course, what you really are learning to say is they must be terrified right now, right? I'm going to extend my empathy towards them. I've seen many of you who've practiced in a hot studio do that time and time again towards other people. Again, right, it goes back to we foster our own humanity so that we can be compassionate to people who are a little bit scared. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. And then we can invite them to do better. And then they can invite us to do better. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels, grab your heels from the outside, stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest, go down, chin to chest, forehead to knees, top of head to floor. Pull on your heels, don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and your head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. Squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, lift your shoulders up, round your spine. Good, change, hips down, slowly uncurl, head up last, turn around, Savasana. One of my favorite interactions with long-term students would be somebody would come up to me after class and go, did you see that person? Like, did you see what they were doing? And I would go, do I have to remind you of what your first class looked like? And then they would go, oh, and laugh and turn away, right? Because that you have that mirror put back on you. I'm like, right, that was me. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to the middle of your mat and towel, one set of head to knee with stretching. One set, right leg out, left leg in. Inhale, arms overhead, stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, go down, bend your right leg, touch your knee and head together. Interlock your 10 fingers up to the webbing, under the ball of your foot. Flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in, left elbow down, left shoulder down, roll into the left. Good, change. Arms up, left leg out, right leg in, stretch up. Turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest, go down. If it's easy to touch your forehead and knee together with a bent leg, see if you can straighten or even lock your leg, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in, right elbow down, right shoulder down, roll into the right. Good, change. Arms up, both legs out in front of you. If you are skipping, sit up, stay here. Otherwise, lay down, let your spine realign and sit up. Paschimottanasana stretching. I'm going to show you from the side. Bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with your peace sign fingers, thumbs on top, scoot your butt back, right, left. Knees can stay bent, eventually legs straight, eventually legs flat. Puff up your chest and everybody fold forward. Think about hooking your ribs over your knees, stomach to thighs pull, chest and knees stretch. Try to flatten your back as you fold forward. Good, change, come on up, stay seated, spine twist. Bend your left leg on the floor. Touch your right heel to left knee corner, right arm behind you, left arm up and over. Grab your left knee with your left hand, hand, heel, and touch. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over your right shoulder, twist. You can keep your right hand behind you for balance. You can also take it off the floor and grab your thigh with your hand. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over your right shoulder, twist and twist and twist. Good, change, unwind, swap out your legs, bend your right leg on floor, touch left heel to right knee. You can also have your left leg, right leg straight out in front of you. Sorry, left arm behind you, right arm up and over. You know what I mean. Grab your right knee with your right hand, heel, and knee touch. Inhale, stretch off. Exhale, look over left shoulder, twist. You can keep your left hand behind you or do the half bind. Keep spine straight, chest up, rib cage open. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, look back, twist, twist, twist. Good. Change, unwind, turn around, Savasana. And every once in a while, we have people in class who know better and still are like a little bit of, I had a student once who is not taking this class and will never, so I don't mind sharing this, but I had a student once who consistently complained that the room was not hot enough. And then would like ask me to refill her water, which is like kind of a sign of like, if you have 2 water bottles and you have to have them refilled, then like it's probably not cold, right? It's probably a hot room. And after class, I just would be like, I can't believe you refilled her water. And I said, well, yeah, because she knows better, and that's a power play, right? But me just responding in kind with a power play just takes away my humanity, right? That doesn't change her. It might shame her, but it doesn't change her. She knows better. She's not doing better. So then it's no longer about her, right? It's about me having an empathetic response no matter what. And again, that's where the yoga comes in, right? Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. So sometimes it's easy to be empathetic to people who don't know any better. It's extra hard to be empathetic to people who do know better, right? But that's still where we're coming back to. The only person we can control is ourselves. And in this moment, we're going to do a breath control exercise, a pranayama limb of yoga breath control exercise called Kapalabhati breathing. It's good for getting you out of your yoga, out of your ego, out of your self-centeredness. You're gonna exhale through your mouth rapidly. As you exhale through your mouth, you pull your belly in. The exhale is quite audible. The inhale is very subtle. The less you think about it, the easier it is. That's why it's really good for getting you out of your head, out of your ego, right? Because the less you think about it, the easier it is. Your body just picks in. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times, concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit up nice and tall, shoulders down, and second set. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Honor yourself. Give yourself a hug. High five. Pat on the back. Turn around. Final Savasana. It is 1:02. If you have to leave, I totally understand. If you have time, make time. Close your eyes. Open your arms and legs. So throughout your yoga practice and throughout the rest of the day, just ask yourself how you can be a little bit more empathetic, more patient with yourself, and then by extension, other people. Sometimes when I run into like really annoying people outside of yoga, I just think to myself, man, they probably don't even realize that it's possible to feel this good. Like they don't even know that the tool of like embodied motion, like yoga, kinesthetics, whatever that is, they might not even know that that exists, right? So if you run into somebody who's like grinding your gears, just maybe invite them to yoga, or maybe just think like, man, right? I'm so grateful to have this tool, right? So lovely to be able to feel this good. Sometimes the class is hard, but there's always that moment, I think, where like heart is beating, right? And we're just positive that we're alive, right? And that's the real gift of this class. Take a slow inhale through your nose. Slow exhale through your nose. You are so very human. You are so very loved. You are so very alive.